Right, Ross, we've reached that moment where we need to talk about aliens, because in all of this stuff, it must be possible that there is life out there. So, sock it to us. What do you know?
Well, we're here, so there is life out there.
Wow, how much more philosophical than that can you get?
There you go, end. Well, no, there's got to be, hasn't there? We were talking about, Dan's got something there called the Drake equation that he can tell us a bit about.
Well, the Drake equation it's a calculation, and it just kind of proves that there is life in the universe, because once you input all the data, basically there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on this planet, and it's just the numbers involved in the calculation. It's just impossible for there not to be life out there, because we are one star and we are one planet orbiting a star, and if we just think about the sheer numbers of stars out there, it's pretty much impossible for there not to be life anywhere else.
Yeah, so what was it? 200 billion stars.
Just in the Milky, our galaxy.
200 billion stars in the galaxy. Even if you say 1 in a billion, which is to us a lot, like if there's a 1 in a billion chance to win the lottery, you'll be like, I can't bother. But with those sort of numbers, 1 in a billion, that's still a lot of planets that could have life or do have life. So just because of the phenomenal numbers that are out there, it's got to be. There will. Well, I'll stake money on it.
Yeah,
there's life out there somewhere.
Yeah,
and you probably get good odds on that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so I go to a betting shop.
Well, the thing is, it's been the the big question, sort of for years and years, hasn't it? The whole science fiction industry has been made up of it, and
it's something that resonates with people.
Yeah,
are we alone in the universe?
We just don't know. It's right.
And there is definitely life out there. I'm sure of it. Now, whether or not it's intelligent life, such as ourselves, or
that's
questionable, or just worms just living somewhere, just minding their own business until we come there and land on the planet,
dominate,
land on the planet and just tread on them. I think it's impossible for there not to be aliens. Whether or not we'll ever get to meet any, because the distances involved, like we were just talking about, how are we going to get to these planets? The distances involved are just astronomical. Will they even get to us?
We would be welcome.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Well, throughout civilization, they always say that the race that's the more technologically advanced tends to take over the race that isn't.
Wow.
So, like was it the Incas or the Aztecs? It was the Incas, wasn't it? Spanish went over there, and look what happened. We went over to America. We ended up taking it over, didn't we? So what's to say?
We need to go back.
Yeah, we need to apologise, step away.
Move away from the unknown planet.
Move away from the indigenous population.
Yeah, but you're right, but who's to know they don't come here and take us over?
Exactly.
That's
whoever's got the most technology. And
definitely.
To be honest, I don't think... We like to think we're technologically advanced, but I don't think we are as we think we are. So if they come here, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Well, here's a little question for the listeners then. Who is it who started an album, iconic album, with the words, "No one would have believed"?
I have no idea.
You don't know? Oh, my word.
When was it done? I am only like 30.
H.G. Wells?
Oh, he's close. He's close.
That's the War of the Worlds, isn't it?
It is War of the Worlds, yes.
No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th century that human affairs were being watched from the timeless worlds of space. No one could have dreamed we were being scrutinized as someone with a microscope studies creatures that swarm and multiply in a drop of water. Few men even considered the possibility of life on other planets. And yet, across the gulf of space, minds immeasurably superior to ours regarded this Earth with envious eyes. And slowly and surely, they drew their plans against us.
Anyway, so
we've reached that time. It is now time for
Ross in Space.
what may be there? What might be on this planet? So
Proxima B we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's going to be the planet now.
The
isn't it? It's
planet.
going to be talked about by NASA and
Yeah.
everyone for a while. So what we've figured out so far is this: if it's a red dwarf, then it should be giving off a lot more UV radiation and X-rays than our sun does to us. So if life's going to live there, it's going to have to have hardened to these, to live there. It's going to have to harden to it, or perhaps live underwater, because under the water it might not get bombarded by it as much.
So when we get there, if it's X-rays, they'll see straight through us.
Well, yeah, probably. We might not be able to see anything because our eyes are tuned to visible light, and it might not be visible. Well, there'll be slight visible light there, won't there? So it might be dim to us, but to them, they might see everything.
Right.
And we might not be able to see them.
But you said earlier there's a species that's very much more in tune with the kind of light that might be on there.
On Earth, yeah. Apparently, we looked it up. Apparently, fish, insects, amphibians, reptiles, and birds are quite good at it. But surprisingly, the hedgehog is the most UV sensitive, which is a mammal. So it might be a race of hedgehogs. But then I was discussing if it's very bright of UV, hedgehogs might be blinded. So don't take a hedgehog there if you're going. But yeah, that just shows that, everything we see isn't always what we see. There are other things out there, as Mick was saying about, dimensions and stuff.
Yeah.
We like to think everything we see, feel and touch is real and what it is, but really it's just the reflection of light. So you don't know.
So this stuff, again, back to your point, Dan, this is what really engages kids in this subject, isn't it? Because it's just the curiosity and the unknown and, all of that stuff. And even this week, and I know we're going to talk about it on another show, the famous David Icke actually made some statement that potentially he thinks the moon might be hollow. It could be the discarded shell of an
It was put
alien
on the
ship.
Facebook group by someone, and I don't mind stuff like that as long as there's a good debate going on. The same as if someone says, "Do you think aliens exist?" Go for it. Go on the Facebook group. We don't mind if you want to have a good chat about it. But, don't attack anyone if they don't believe what you do. Just have a debate and chat. Yeah, and I love that sort of thing. It's like
curiosity,
a mystery.
definitely.
But yeah, I think conspiracy theories will be something good to talk about. We can all debuff and things like that.
Brilliant. Okay.
So yeah, but as Dan said last night, quite rightly, he said that life will evolve dependent on the conditions it is within.
Yeah.
So whatever is on that planet will have evolved to the conditions. So what's not to say that there might be something there?
Wow. Okay. Blimey. On that note, what can we say?
Well, let's just hope that Starbucks haven't got there yet, eh?
Or the aliens come in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace
Indeed.
out.
Indeed. Well, and we don't want to stop off at the moon because there's no atmosphere. Hey, that's another.
Right, that's it. I'm going home.
On that note, ladies and gents, thank you very much for listening. This is Set Close Sounds, UK Astronomy show number 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah,
I've
we're getting
lost
on
track
now, aren't we?
So regular. Join us again because I think next time we're going to be talking about Pluto and other planetary things. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more about aliens and stuff. So who knows? Thank you very much. Cheerio, guys.
Explaining the way I'm feeling.
jealousy I caused you. Snake's the reason why I'm trying to hide. As for all the things you taught me, it sends my future into clearer dimensions. You'll never know how much you hurt me. Stay a minute, can't you see that I wanna fall from the stars straight into your arms? I feel ya, I hope you comprehend. Too many hearts are broken. A lover's promise never came with a maybe. So many words are left unspoken. The silent voices are driving me crazy. After all the pain you caused me, making up could never be your intention.